I love my beautiful, sexy, gorgeous. Sorry, what did I say? Sexy. It is. It looks like his dad. I love this beautiful fucking teddy bear so goddamn much. Beautiful teddy bear. I love it. But anyway, the topic of the day is niggas ain't shit. So I was seeing this guy or I was gonna see this guy. Let's just say me and him were talking for a while. He was talking all sorts of, I'm a submissive, I want to give you a pedicure and suck your toes after. I'll take you fabric shopping so I can dress you up like the queen you are in all your best colors, blah, blah, blah. You know, he was talking good shit. But even if someone reaches my standards, it doesn't mean I'm not allowed to, like, cut them off for acting up, basically. And what happened with this fucking idiot is that, I'll put it this way. I told him at, like, fucking 9:20, 9:30. I said, hey, just so, like, we had already talked about meeting and all that, and he kept talking about how he had plans, this and that, and how he'd be free after a certain hour. I let him know around, like, sometime between 9:20 and 9:40. I was like, hey, just so you know, I'm gonna be at this specific address in the city in like 20 minutes. So if you're free at some point tonight, like, feel free to meet me there. And he was like, okay, cool. Guess what? Me and my homie ended up going there. We hung out there for a very nice, long while. And guess what? I kept getting hit up by this dude who just kept procrastinating for some reason, and then eventually was like, oh, hey, are you still out there? I said, yeah. He said, what's the name of the bar again? And it's like, nigga, scroll up. So eventually I just sent him the address again. You want to know what happened? It's like every fucking 10 to 20 to 30 minutes, he would just re-ask the questions. Oh, are you still out? Oh, are you having fun? Oh, nice. What are you up to now? Oh, do you want to meet? Should we meet? I can meet you there. And then just repeating that on loop until next thing. Like, I remember at some point around like fucking, I'd say like midnight or so, or more like 11:46 midnight. Sometime, like, I got very drunk. I was just like, you know what? I've been waiting for however long for this man to come meet me, and I'm just gonna stop focusing on my phone and have the time of my life. And I turned the fuck up, and I had a great fucking time. You want to know what happened? Like, in the time of me deciding to be off my phone, I danced with the DJ, got several phone numbers, met so many amazing characters. I got like 2 different fucking venues offering me showcases and shit to put on at their locations now for actual money, like more intense cash, like I'm talking real moolah. I made business arrangements, had damn near lesbian flirtations, like at least 2 of them. I remade up with several ops. I got so drunk that it felt like I was gonna burn a hole in my stomach. I danced my ass off to the point where it felt like my shoes and my legs and my stomach were all on fire because I had fucking like 3 to 4 Moscow Mules, Red Bull whiskey, a whole coffee can drink, like, and it was pumpkin spice too, and that shit did not taste good. I had a whole life-changing experience last night. And in the car ride on the way home, I felt like I was going to fucking die because I had never drink, or it's like I haven't drinking that much in a long fucking time. I had a near-death experience. And then right as I got home, some bitches were talking shit about my outfit, and then I had to have an almost mild crash out about that. But you know what? Fuck those ugly bitches. They were wearing hoodies and sweatpants anyway. You can't shit on me because I'm dressed like a pussycat doll meets a fucking beautiful fucking sunrise, bitch. Fuck you. And by the time I got home, it was like 1:30 a.m. You want to guess what this nigga was still asking me? Oh, are you still out? Hey, maybe we should meet up. We should meet up now, actually. I think I'm now ready to meet up. Like, and I was like, nope, I'm home. This nigga still kept trying to pursue things like, oh, we could still meet up. We could still meet up. Like, you know, there's some place that's open at this hour where we can meet up and talk. And I said, nigga, you had 4 entire hours, if not more, to meet with me and talk. You have squandered your opportunity. Get out of my face. And then even then, like, let's just say I went to sleep, woke up the next morning hungover as shit, and this nigga still, I'll put it this way, I was gonna give him another chance, but niggas like to prove why you should never give them a chance and why you should block them. My thing about me is that sometimes I need to see like a third red flag before I finally say that it's like no more playing ball. With this man, I was like, hey, listen, like, do you want to, because I thought to myself, he has a good job, he seems relatively sweet, and there's potential there, but God, is he stupid? Maybe I could still work with it, as long as, like, I just make it clear how I function as a person. Even though I thought to myself, he knows how I function as a person, but this time I'm going to give him one final time to set things straight before he fully gets cut off. I said, how about we make plans to meet? Are you free today, and we can set a specific time for a classic date? Or if you would like to meet at, like, I don't know, sometime this weekend, we can plan a day. You want to know what this nigga said? He said, oh, well, I'm gonna be busy tonight, be hanging out with some friends and some people I know are in town. So I say, you know what? Let's just not even rush it. Let's just wait until we are both free. And I had such a blinding fury that I was like, nigga, now that I think about it, you can't even handle when plans are actually made when we are both free. And you can't even reliably follow up on those. So, if I can't even trust you to execute actual plans right, I can't expect you to execute even passive ones. Because then it's like, what? I'm going to wait around all day for you to eventually let me know when you're free and you probably still won't show up? Or like, what, I'm just gonna wait around all day just for you to tell me at like fucking midnight, oh, sorry, I wasn't able to meet, but I can meet now. It's like, nigga, I was up, like, what, I can picture in a hypothetical situation with my lover girl ass that I probably would have woken up at 1 p.m. Like, he'll message me any day now at a reasonable hour. No, that nigga, realistically, if I would have kept giving him chances, he would have probably texted me some dumb shit at 3 a.m. like, hey, let's meet up now. Yeah, let's meet up now. It's like, nigga, everything's closed. What are you talking about? So anyway, yeah. I had to cut his ass off today, and he tried to act like, for several reasons. I was just like, yeah, this isn't gonna work out. Also, no offense, the amount of times I have told you that I do not like drink dates, and then even like, I don't do drink dates, I don't like drink dates, I don't even like drinking alcohol, and then the one single night where I actually am finally letting myself go loose with actual drinking and actual alcohol and lowering my standards, you don't even have the balls to meet up, and you leave me out here fucking annoyed, wasting, like, no. So yeah, you know, so why have you been offering me a drink date relentlessly as if your fucking life depends on it, and with me relentlessly telling you that I don't do drink dates, and then the one single time you have the chance, you squander that as well. I'm just saying, it's like, you stop fucking, why would you offer that shit to me again? Also, on top of that, like, I made it clear I like dinners. My profile, my personality, so much more says that I like exhilarating, exciting things. Why do you think I need to meet you over alcohol? What are you trying to do? And honestly, looking back on certain interactions with him, like, I don't know, it was like, certain things were pointing a certain way. I wouldn't be shocked if he was going to try to bait and switch, because at some point we did talk, and he was trying to be like, ooh, yeah, when we meet up for this one date, oh, I don't know if we'll have time to do everything that you want to do. I said, well, nigga, if we're meeting at 11 and you would be leaving at 7, that's more than enough fucking time. So, like, this nigga has terrible time management skills. He doesn't know how anything fucking works. Because you're out here taking 4 hours to leave your fucking house, or even think of leaving your house to see me with it. But then, and then, what? Anyway, let's just say my guess is that this was a guy who was trying to love bomb me and hope that after all the stuff he hyped up with me, that he could hopefully trick me out of doing it by just being like, oh yeah, how about we stick to just like, we go drinking and then get you a pedicure and then the hotel. No, nigga, you said you were gonna take me fabric shopping, you said you were gonna do this, you said you were gonna do that. We are sticking with the game plan. You're not, like, shut the fuck up, please. Thank you. But simply put, yeah, sorry, I know I'm getting a little sidetracked. I'm just looking back on it, and it's like, yeah, it's like, I'll put it this way. Even if he was going to achieve what I wanted from him, he would have been a pain in the ass every step along the way, because he's such a fucking idiot. And then, but there is also a chance that, hey, he probably was just really hoping he could get me drunk and inebriated, and hopefully then I would just be able to be like, oh yeah, fuck anything that I've ever desired, like fabric shopping and going shopping for pleats and sewing supplies and all of that. I will just let this, and fuck a pedicure, I'll just let this nigga fuck me. Like, no, that's not how that works. That would not have worked out for him. Like, no offense, when I get drunk, I want to swing on people. Like, at most we would have made out, and then I would have said, okay, I'm going home, and then gone home. Like, I don't know what he would have expected. Anyway, but yeah, moral of the story, when you see small flags, don't collect them, leave as soon as you can. But sometimes I worry about, like, oh, but what if there's a potential, Sometimes I have met people where small flags get thrown up, and then next thing you know, they surprise me. I did mention plenty of other videos, that guy from last year, I remember Riley, he was stingy as fuck when I first met, or he was trying to be stingy, and then I set the tone for what I actually accept and want. And I almost got close to unmatching him, but next thing you know, he was one of my most baller dates ever, because he was like, oh, okay, this girl's hard to get, and she deserves the best. Hell yeah. Other time, yeah, I mentioned how Coke guy, the guy I was seeing who did bags of blow and shit, like that guy. Like, he surprised me with how much he got me like him, so sometimes I like to see, it's like, alright, like, is this person a little bit of an idiot, but you can still deal with them, or are they a massive fucking idiot and like fuck them? But yeah, that's a situation. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, I had another date with this one non-binary motherfucker recently, and let's just say they're the type of person to all week. Oh my God, Tam, you're amazing. Tam, I adore you. You're perfect. Oh my God, I know you like opal and diamond and all this and all that. Trust me, I can provide that for you. Look, I have some jewelry already. I can show you eventually. And this nigga waited days to show me the so-called opal and diamond jewelry that he had to show me. And I knew he was bluffing. Because I thought to myself, okay, unless he really is that delusional, I want to see it. He probably, like, let's just say he showed me the most Goodwill plastic looking necklace ever, and he tried to be like, look, these stones in the middle are opal. They could be, they could not be. Either way, it doesn't change the fact that it's like, you are showing me a necklace that looks like you got it for like $10 fucking from China on Amazon. You motherfucker, how dare you? How fucking dare you? And it's like, come on now. You're like, fuck that nigga, he sucks. Anyway. Also, this nigga hyped up all week, like, I'm gonna take you shopping for whatever you want, Victoria's Secret, jewelry, whatever you want, I'll take you shopping, and so guess what, like, he was hyping up about wanting to get me anything in the world I could possibly want. Guess what, we went to Victoria's Secret, I tried on some cute items, I had a lot of items in that goddamn dressing room, and we were there for quite a bit of time, but guess what, this nigga suddenly, at the very end, he's like, oh, just one set, and it has to match my set. Your set's ugly. So let me get this straight. You want to take me shopping for anything I want, except it can only be none of what I actually like. It's like, oh, I can't get the fucking turquoise teal set with the roses on the straps that I really liked, that you knew I loved. I can't get the mauve and it has to match you, and you're only getting me one. And not a single, one single bra and panty sparkle set. And not a single fucking panty above that. Not two sets, not three sets. One single set. And not a single, not even a single $5 panty above it. Anyway, as you, yeah, let's just, to put it simply, I'm a smart girl. I was like, oh yeah, totally, yeah. Guess what? Oh, let me mention this next part too. Afterwards, this nigga also tried to use the excuse of, oh well, they hesitated for super long before they said it, because I know they were fishing for an excuse, and then they tried to say, but baby, for Palestine, if we were dating for a long time, I'd get you all of this, but this is our first date, so we got girl, let's not, but also Palestine. Honestly, anytime I shop, I know that I can't get you this because every single dollar in my mind is destined to go to Palestine. Guess what? We went to Lush. This same ugly bitch ass non-binary motherfucker went to Lush, and they were just they were schmoozing it up and about to buy all this $100 worth of fucking sparkle glitter lotion for themselves. They were flirting with the fucking cashier and getting themselves sparkle lotions, themselves peppermint foot lotion, themselves the little fancy little, they picked up so many expensive ass bath bombs. I want you to guess what I did. I'm a smart girl. I just simply decided, okay, well, they are pretty much passively ignoring me. I don't know if they noticed or not, but hey, fuck it. I got myself some samples. I picked out some items I wanted, and I met them at the register, and I said, oh, will you give me these? This nigga tried to be all, oh, any free samples? Absolutely. I can absolutely get you any free samples. Anything free. And I just was like, oh, well, here. And I just told the cashier without blinking an eye. I said, here, how about you ring this up so they can know the price? And then, I put that nigga on the spot, because it's like, fuck you, bitch. You hyped up. You had fabulous, fabulous, throw it in the bag energy. Now you want to start being all, no, you were not thinking about Palestine the second you saw 8 million bath bombs to put in your motherfucking bag, bitch. You are not about to play with me. You saw the spooky ghost glitter bomb bullshit, and you were and you just really thought you could be twice my age and ugly as fuck, and just be like, oh, I'm gonna lie about wanting to spend every bit of my money on Palestine, but then blow over $100 on glitter lotions for myself, and the hot 20-something has to sit quietly with their hands folded until I'm done. That's not how this fucking works. disgusting. Like, ugh. Anyway, and then I made sure. I was a smart chickadee. I decided, okay, you know what? I decided I kind of saw this cute little eyeliner, and I was like, ooh, this is such a cute eyeliner. Ooh, let me try putting some on you. And I did so good with putting on this beautiful metallic turquoise wing on their eye that they fell in love with it. And then I said, ooh, do me next, show me how good it looks. And they did it on me, and the cashiers were in love with watching us put makeup on each other, and they were like, oh, that's so cute, oh, you both look so amazing, and both of you have hazel eyes, and it's so good, it brings out the gold and the green, oh my god. And then guess what this nigga tried to do? They were like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna get myself a capsule. And I said, baby. And he was like, oh, they were like, what? And I said, I want one too, get me one. They were like, really? You want one too? Come on. And I was like, you're just gonna put it on me and let me see how good it looks, and I put on that makeup for you, and I don't get to see how it, like, what? You showed me how good this looks on my eyes, and I showed you how good it looks, and I don't even get my own, and you get your own? That's so not fair. And then, like, they were like, and then they kind of, they were into my little sassy vibes, because of course they would be. Anyway, this nigga, let's just say your girl got a bunch of shit. And then also free samples, and the staff at the fucking Lush thought we were so cute that they gave us both free samples, allegedly. But then I think the girls working there might have only put it in my bag. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it was funny as fuck. Let's just say, I already was kind of, and then they helped me get some Pocky, but that's not important. Let's just say after all was said and done, this nigga, when they got home, tried to be all, thanks for such a nice day with you, I adore you, and I want to get you anything you want, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you can't pull that same card again when you already failed it the first time, bitch. But second of all, then they really sat there, and they were like, oh, by the way, I didn't get any free samples with my Lush, and I think they gave them to you, so save half of them for when you see me next time, and we can share them together. Nigga, why would I do that? You are 40 years old, and you can easily, anytime you want, take any of the free buses in your city to go to another Lush and get as many free samples as you want. And plus, number two, I did see that you did indeed get some free samples, bitch. You got the peppermint foot lotion you wanted. You got a million bath bombs. That you, like, nigga, you got more shit than I did and could ever think of, and you're gonna complain because I got a small sliver of some fucking Karma soap and like a small little tiny, like, you want me to save half of a 0.25 milliliter little vial of some, like, extra peppermint foot lotion to share with you when you already have some? You want me to split the small ass sliver of a sparkly? Aren't you supposed to be 40? You lied to me about your age. Number one, you're 40. Number two, number three, get your own. Number four, you already stingy as fuck and selfish as fuck, focusing on only yourself, and now you're gonna be like, oh, not only was trying to, like, undermine and lowball that fucking hot 20-something-year-old, something that I was going to do with so much audacity, but now I need to take it a step further. I need to take her free samples instead of just using any of my free time to get some more. What the fuck is wrong with this person? Anyway, let's just say we haven't talked all week, and they sent me a video today that I have not remotely clicked on because fuck them. And yeah, they're not getting seen again. Because it's like, congratulations, you tried to love bomb me and say that you could give me whatever the fuck I want, and then showed hesitancy. Nope, fuck you people. And then as for the simp, the so-called simp, it's like, I'm just saying, it's like, you're trying to call me empress and act like you're gonna worship me, but it's like, then you're gonna hesitate for 4 fucking hours to see me, despite knowing that I look gorgeous. I was texting them like, I'm drunk off of Moscow mules, my titties are huge. It turns out I've been wearing like, my boobs grew, so I'm from like a 30-40 to like a 36 double D. I want to make out with somebody, and I'm tipsy, and it's like, you have your chance, and you still took 4 hours to see me. Clearly you don't see me as some sort of empress or goddess like you hyped up, my nigga, because you would have not hesitated. You would have Ubered yourself out immediately. Fuck this nigga stuff. But yeah, anyway, and so, like, I cut off the little foot simp guy because I was just like, yeah, like, I'm not even into foot guys that much. I like that they're into my feet, but I'm not into them being into my feet, if you know what I mean. It's like, I appreciate that they have their fetish, doesn't mean I want them to suck my toes like that. And like, I don't know. There's a million reasons to it, but deep down, I'm just glad that I cut that nigga off because I was just like, okay, like, I don't give a fuck if you have good money as an engineer or a financial analyst. I don't give a fuck if you like have nice pretty brown eyes and you want to call me empress and have me lock you in a cage and motherfucking make you felch me after another guy fucks me or some disgusting sick shit like that. They actually told me that. That's also pretty disturbing, but it's okay. Let's not talk about it much. But all that, and yet you still didn't come out to see me even when you knew I was looking bam and slamming delicious, motherfucking delicious, and you still hesitated. And also, it's like, yeah, you think I'm such an empress who deserves the world and should get delivered anything I want, and you want to deliver it at my beck and call, but you can't even do the mercy of being like, yes, let's meet this Monday at 7 p.m. at this restaurant. You tried to, after already fumbling pans, risk shit again by being like, oh, you know what? Let's just wait until we are both free and just fucking wing it. Like at a random ass hour, let's meet. You do not respect me or my time. Because if you did, you would have been like, yeah, let's meet at this wonderful, exquisite fucking tapas bar this date, this time, and you would have been rushing to see me as soon as you had the fucking chance. Like, I'm just saying, they were being lame. So it's like, yeah, no offense, how are you ever going to be a good sub that wants to give me the world when you can't even give me a proper time and a date with an actual location? And you can't even give me a proper excuse or reasoning to why you waited for 4 or 5 hours to talk to me. So yeah, that's how dating's going. Yeah, and a final story of the night worth mentioning, I had to call a guy. I had to tell a dude tonight that he looks like a fucking anteater with Down syndrome, because let's just say he got salty that I didn't want to just like. It was some dude who, funny enough, I met out while I was drinking, but nothing, no flirtations happened, no anything. This nigga was just like, we had like the world's smallest small talk ever. And this nigga was mad because I guess he's going back home to Germany tomorrow and he couldn't get to fuck some beautiful American black girl vagina. And it's like, that sucks for you, nigga, not my problem. And I just made it clear, it's like, yeah, I'm used to men who actually, like, I don't know, like, they can afford to call me an Uber ride out and take me to a dinner and, like, you know, get me something I like. Because that's something I'm very much used to. It's very well documented. This man went out of his way to try to insult me, and I had to insult him right back, and I do it much better than he could ever think of. And so he was angry as fuck. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. What's up with, like, come on now. What's up with these niggas? It's like, I'm just saying. Funny enough, like, I don't know. I haven't even really, at least to the best of my knowledge, I don't think I've been trying to pursue dating like that. These are men who approached me. Like, I just happen to have confusing standards, though, where it's like, alright, I'm trying to see what level of intimacy I desire. Like, what's too much, what's too little, what do I require if I was going to give out my body to someone who may or may not stick around? Do I want them to stick around? Do I not want them? All sorts of things. But for now, all I can say is amen, and thank fucking God that I don't have to deal with any more dumb shit. Oh, also I forgot this other guy. He wasn't even my type. Let's just say this one guy, like, when we met, he kept having, like, if you see me, like, I was walking down the street, and this guy just, like, starts striking up a conversation with me on the sidewalk as he's sitting at a cafe, and he's like, would you like to sit down with me? And I said, yeah, you know what, sure, just for the sake of passive conversation. He is like, do you want anything to drink? I made it clear, it's like, I do hate coffee a lot, but at the same time, you know what? I might get a mocha just because it's sweet, you know, just because I like a little chocolatey drink. And I got a mocha and it was terrible and it gave me heart pains and I almost died. Let's not talk about it. But yeah, also if you're like, to me, did you almost die off of a coffee? Yeah, my body hates processing things. I'm not even kidding. I was up until like fucking 11 a.m. of the next morning off that fucking mocha and the big gulp of Mountain Dew I had before it. And let me just tell you, my body was fucking killing me, bitch. I was fucking like, I was like, God's about to take me home. And do I even mind it? Not really, but it's like, come on now, I got more to the story. Thank God I'm still here. God bless. I'm happy to be alive. Anyway, but as I was saying, this random dude, I'll put it this way. At some point as I'm like barely enjoying my coffee drink, he's just like, oh, Would you like to see about like the other stuff on their menu? And I think it's a food menu. And me, I always go for a bite. It's like, oh, sure, thank you. I take a look at that. I see it's nothing but wine. I give it such a look of disgust. Like, like I can't even. I think it was like, yeah, it was like it was like that's the face I made. I made that face. I was like, ugh. And I immediately turned it down and was like, no, thank you, actually. I'm fine. And when he asked, I said I hated alcohol. I want you to guess what this man suggested to me after we talked for like another 20, almost 30 minutes. When he was trying to ask me on a date. I don't like surprises. Because men aren't good at those. Usually. Excluding this teddy bear. That was well, even then it wasn't a surprise. I specifically asked for it. But he did. Actually, no, I did make him show me in advance, didn't I? I did. I genuinely hate surprises. I like gifts. I hate surprises. If you're gonna get me something, show me. Like I remember when I was seeing that 6'6" guy, the Coke one, who did Coke. I remember I told him for my birthday I wanted a teddy bear that reminded me of him, and I remember I insisted before he met me to send me a photo of it, and he fucking nailed it. See, I like a man where I tell him what to do, and he does it, and I say what I want, and he does it. See, like, that's what I like. But don't remind me of Coke Guy, or else I'll get sad again. 1 second. Anyway, as I was saying, whew, niggas. What was that? So, the dude, as we were already having, like, what was basically like a coffee meeting or whatever. I wouldn't call it a date, just like us casually talking over coffee. Like, I asked, he was like, I want to take you on a date. I said, okay, what would you offer? This nigga, and mind you, he was a financial analyst, and I knew that. He didn't even need to tell me I knew that, because I recognized him talking about a CLA or a CPL or whatever. And it's like, nigga, I don't know. Let's just say if you're wearing a fucking fancy watch and an alleged diamond bracelet, and you're sitting here next to your fancy fucking car at this fancy fucking overpriced ass cafe that can't even make a fucking mocha, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna tell me that as a date you want to take me on a walk. You know what? I almost walked my ass out of that fucking place so quickly, but I just simply was like, and he was like, oh, not that. I said, He was like, oh, okay. And then he said, how about a glass of wine? And I just gave him the most, like, I gave him a look, because it's like, and then I looked at the wine menu, and then I looked at him, and I started kind of mocking him with my eyes. It's like, sir, you saw me throw down the alcohol menu in disgust, and you're still like, let's get her alcohol. Also, we're already sitting down for a drink. If you're that nervous to actually plan a date with me, then talk to me a little longer as I'm sitting in front of you. But if you're really that low effort to be like, I'm gonna take her out for a glass of wine because it's cheap and I don't value her time or whatever she wants, and it's all about me. I like see niggas who are like, it's just tongue on themselves when they do shit like that. It's like, what, are you just hoping to get me nice and vulnerable so that you can fuck me? Usually that is the answer. Gross. Ugh, I should have never gave submissive guy more than a chance. I'll put it this way. I was waiting to see if he was going to execute his plans or what would happen. I don't know. Whatever. I don't blame myself for giving him too many chances when I thought there was a chance of dinner and topic and all that. And I still would have asked for shopping first above all. Anyway, sorry. I know I'm skipping all over the place like fucking Pulp Fiction. Again, let me try to be linear. I'll say it like this. Diamond bracelet dude who I was having coffee with, it took him a while. He seemed so annoyed at the idea of taking me out on a restaurant date, and it's like, nigga, you were watching me all the way down the street as I walked, and like, if you really didn't think, like, no, fuck you. I see the lust in your eyes. Get a fucking, kill yourself and eat shit, maybe. God bless. I'm just saying. This man. I'm just saying, dude. As time went on, let's just say at some point, like, I was talking to him about the shit I do, and I was talking to him about all the events I'm producing and how hard I've been working, and at some point I kind of vented to him because I noticed we hadn't been talking much. Like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, he fucked up several times. I'll put it this way. We already ended our coffee date with him walking me back to my area. And on the way there, I mentioned how I hate sushi as a first date and would never say yes to it, but how I would be down for something like, Mexican food or Italian food because I don't like eating with my hands. I like utensils and dressing classy and all that. This nigga still, like, time passed, like half a week later, he talks to me again and he offers me out to, guess what? An Asian restaurant. And he says, I wanted to take you here because I know you have your massive love of sushi. And I said, oh, I actually said that I fucking hate sushi for a first date. This nigga tried to backtrack and be like, oh, I mean, this place doesn't even serve sushi. It's like, yeah, but okay, well, if it doesn't, then why would you mention? Also, yes, I'm pretty sure that place did serve sushi, you fucking dick. But it's like, on top of that, if it didn't serve sushi, and I said I like Mexican and Italian, why are you trying to offer me Asian cuisine? And then follow it up by saying, I'm going to offer you this Asian food because you like sushi. If it, what? Anyway, whatever. Stupid ass cover up of his is all I'm saying. And then, like, let's just say we eventually were gonna try out this, like, one semi-fancy, classy restaurant. Nice. It took him ages to finally suggest that place, but whatever the fuck. Like, I was being patient with this man because I'm working on my temper and my communication. And, sometimes you can lead a horse to water and they will drink. So that's why sometimes I give people chances instead of just dipping right away. Also, because sometimes it's fun to see what I can get in the process of someone being an idiot. Like, the professor guy, the non-binary professor. Like, hell, they were an idiot, and it's like, okay, cool, I get Victoria's Secret and all these cool items from Lush, and you don't get a single kiss, and you are not getting a text back. Yay! Win for me, I'm just saying. Or plenty of times men have done dumb shit, and it'll just be me on a 7th date. Like, this man does not ask any questions about me, but you know what? I get fancy French food and taken to fancy high-end luxury spas. So you know what? Slay. Now, back to what I was saying. One second. But the way this nigga with the diamond bracelet, like, I'll put it this way. Time went on, like, I was venting to him about my, like, little side hustle that I'm doing. My hustle, about all the events I'm producing and how I was gonna take this one dude out to, like, show him all these potential venues he could work with, but how deep down I didn't think he had as much ambition towards it, and it just seemed like it was going to be a waste of time showing him all these different venues for showcases just for him to probably not even utilize them that well or have an actual game plan in mind. Like, he didn't have the thirst needed and the drive and the ambition, it was like passive for him. And then the way, I'll put it this way, Diamond Bracelet Guy decided to respond with an AI generated response. And it's like, if you can tell when things are AI generated. Once you're able to notice them, it's very easy. Hyper use of emojis, long ass M dashes, certain overly sanitized and unrealistic sounding, overly subservient way of talking. It's like, sir, if you were just messaging me very, like, calm and slangish before, and now you're suddenly using an M dash several times in each message. It's like, I know ChatGPT jabbed at that. Maybe I could have appreciated the concept of him still wanting to try to impress me, but it still was just like, the facts. It's like, nigga, he didn't even think to copy it and then change it a bit, so I couldn't even tell it was made by ChatGPT. So it's like, okay, intrigued by him wanting to make a good effort, and he totally fucked it up with the execution. I just straight up said, I hate to say it, but I think that's AI. This nigga was like, no, not at all. It came from my heart and my soul, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, I didn't respond for a bit because I just simply, like, was busy. This nigga, I guess, called me and I missed it. And then, like, an hour later, like, so imagine someone sends you a message saying, like, no, it's real. That came from my heart, actually, at, like, 4:03. And then next thing you know, at, like, 4:53, they call you and you don't pick up immediately. So then they start spamming you, like, so that's it? So that's it? You're just not gonna see me again? You just lost all interest? I responded back around, like, 5:06. I said, no, I'm just busy because I'm getting picked. I didn't see your messages because I'm just simply getting picked up in an hour, and I have a lot of stuff I need to organize for, like, drafting showcases and hunting for venues tonight. Like, I have less than an hour to get ready. This nigga proceeds to spam me multiple times within the hour on some, oh, okay, well, I called you just to make you, so that I can call you and let you know that I'm being 100% authentic. But I don't want our dynamic to change just because you perceive things incorrectly. And then I didn't respond to that, so then he tried to send a slightly less defensive message of, what venues are you checking out tonight? And I just simply, I was like, nigga, what part of I'm getting picked up in less than an hour do you not understand? I'm gonna need you to just... And I said, I didn't even give that much of a fuck about the AI shit. I would have preferred it if you owned up to it. I get why you did it. Sort of, maybe, kind of, not really. But regardless, it's like, the way you reacted after just wasn't my cup of tea, and frankly, it's just like, Jesus, have you not heard of, like, if you copy someone's homework, you're supposed to change it to make it look different, so it's not just an identical fucking plagiarism. And, yeah, and I just was like, yeah, I'm just not interested, thank you, and goodbye, and I dipped on him. And blocked him, because it's like, sir, you... I'm just saying, I'm so tired of telling men what I want and what I do like, and they try to ignore it. Or like overcomplicating shit, and I'm just, it's like, yeah. So anyway, your girl's pussy is gonna keep being not eaten, whatever, and I'm gonna have to keep going through life just like focusing on my goals, my friendships and stuff, and that's fine. God bless. Peace out.